Yeah, and this week's 5 questions is sophomore goalie Cody Rosen. First question came from a fan, a guy named Vic, who's a 1975 graduate here. Wanted to know if you have any pregame rituals you do before games.
Oh yeah, every goalie has their own little tics, I guess. But I like to do a lot of things like with lacrosse ball. Work the hands a little bit, and I always have on game days. Always have usually the same thing to eat every day. Usually a bagel or pasta, something like that. But I have my own little tics, which I kind of like to keep secret. But other than that, just usually lacrosse ball. A good stretch. Sit in my stall, just think about things.
Now, a goalie's a different position because other positions you're going to do shifts, but goalie either you're starting or you're not. Do you have a different thing if like if George comes up to you and says you're going to start this week, or in the past, do you do different things when you know you're going to start, or is it the same thing?
No, you usually try to keep it all the same, right?
Yeah.
You never know if something happens, someone gets hurt, or you get called upon. You always got to be ready. So try to do the same thing every time, getting a good rhythm. So.
Yeah. I guess I was going to ask you next. Obviously, you're from Kingston, which isn't too far away from Watertown. I was just wondering, did you get much exposure to the North Country down here growing up, or was it kind of?
Oh yeah, I've had actually have a cottage on Wellesley Island, which isn't too far from Watertown, about 40 minutes away. So I've basically been going here my whole life, and I've been to Watertown many times, and Clarkson has always been close, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So that was part of the reasons why I decided to come here.
What do you like, by the way, about Kingston? I mean, I've been there a few times too. What's kind of neat you think about that town?
It's always been my home for all 20 years of my life, and I just love the atmosphere that it has, and has this feel of a small town at the same time. It's expanded, that it's getting to be bigger every year, so it's really homey feeling for me. That's all.
I was going to say too about obviously being drafted over the summer, by the Islanders. How has that changed things for you at all? If it has it changed anything at all, or you?
No, it's opened my world up a little bit to what it's like to be a pro, and it's obviously a great opportunity, but. Same thing. You get drafted, you don't get drafted. You keep working hard, and you do the same things you try to do, and you be the same person you are. So I think it's been a great experience, but at the same time, that's kind of humbled me a bit.
Was it weird the first time you saw like a line sheet or like collegehockey.stats.net or something and saw the NYI by your name? Or,
I actually haven't seen that yet, but I think it'd be it's nice to have, and it's something that no one can take away from you. So.
And obviously, as people who look at the picture that's going to go with this, they'll see your lucky suit. Sort of. I was going to ask you first. Obviously, I would think you'd have to win the title for best dressed guy of the team. But if it wasn't you, who'd be the next guy? Like, who's the runner up? Would you say?
There's some guys who got some good style on this team, but runner up, I'd have to say, Brandon DeFazio always has a couple surprises up his sleeve. Nick Pokoluk, I think, is probably the best dressed guy all around 24/7. But I'm starting to get my fashion repertoire up there. So.
You get so many comments about that suit. Are you almost afraid to show up in another one just because people are going to be disappointed? Or
every time I've worn that suit, we've ended up with a win or not a loss. So kind of a lot of pressure on me from some of the parents and stuff to keep wearing that suit. So as long as we keep winning, I'll keep wearing it.
Have you always dressed that way? By the way, have you always had like kind of colorful clothes? Or
I like when I go to dress off for fancy occasions like that. I like to make a statement, and Clarkson is primarily green and gold, so I thought I'd get the gold suit out first and just stick with it. So.
The last thing I'll put you, I like to put guys on the spot with the last question. I know everybody's kind of doing a no-shave November for like cancer awareness and stuff. Who do you think is going to have the best beard or facial hair on the team?
That's an easy one. That's Tom Pizzo for sure. But the whole November thing is really huge, and coming from a guy whose dad has gone through the cancer process, it's a big fundraiser. So if anyone else there wants to donate, just please feel free to, and we'll have them all month. So
how will they be able to donate? By the way, I was going to ask you guys that too.
You can just contact either the Clarkson offices, and they'll get to us. Some of the captains, Mark Borwecki and Brandon DeFazio, started the collection, and same with Tom Pizzo. So if you ever want to donate, just contact the office. Robin, I think, is the secretary. She'll let us know, and we're happy to take donations. So.
And what I put you on the spot was I was going to say too. Who do you think is going to have the worst? Facial hair experience if you had to pick somebody out?
I'd have to go with my fellow goaltender, Richie Laveau.
Yeah.
He has a lot of problem growing hair on the upper lip.
And this is blonde too, doesn't show up.
Hair is blonde, so he's going to try his best, though. We all do.
Well, thanks, Cody.
Thank you.